Good morning, friends, and it's very nice to see you all. Welcome to all of you. And so many persons, so many students have joined this live streaming. Friends, from today we will go through and today's topic is how to prepare consignment accounts. But first of all, we will know what is consignment account, why it is prepared, and now how it is prepared. Okay, so let me see. First, Avinay Kumar Verma, good morning. Ayushi, good morning. Lakshmi, good morning. Jaya Bharti, Simran, good morning. Tripti, good morning. Ankita, good morning. Jyotsna, good morning. Ayushi, good morning. Abhishek ji, good morning. Karan, Abhishek ji, Suprabhat. Okay. Karan Kumar, good morning. Kajal Kumari, good morning. So warm welcome to all of you, friends. From today, your dissolution of partnership will also be started. And today we will discuss in the evening session dissolution of partnership. So you all are requested to join that live streaming at 5 p.m. today. And as far as just now is concerned, we will discuss how consignment account is prepared. Today's lesson will be based on the preparation and presentation of consignment account and why it is prepared. Okay. So first of all, we will have to understand regarding consignment account, 2-3 points we must know. First, what is consignment account? So your answer should be, what should be your answer? Please write in box. What is consignment account? Why it is prepared? Number 3, how it is prepared. All the 3 questions will be answered just now. Why it is prepared, and another one, who prepares it? Who prepares it? Okay. Consignment account is prepared by whom? Okay, friends. Shalini present. Riya, good morning. Sumedha, pranam. Priyanshu Misra, thank you. Anurag ji, Saurabh Dayal, good morning. So friends, please tell me, what is consignment account? The very first question is, what is consignment account? We will discuss what is consignment account, why it is prepared. Once again, we will discuss the same point, and how it is prepared. It will take a bit time to understand how it is prepared, and it is very, very simple. We will discuss, but later on we will discuss it, because this question is very easy and very simple, one word answer, and this one is also very easy question, and the answer is once again very simple. And how it is prepared, it is also easy, but it will take a lot time as compared to these 2 questions. And who prepares is also very easy question. So first we will have to answer, you have to answer all the 3 questions. What is consignment account? So please comment. नवनीत जी ओके कह रहे हैं. अंकित कुमार, गुड मॉर्निंग अंकित. काजल भारती प्रेजेंट. राहुल शर्मा, गुड मॉर्निंग. ओके है जी. सो प्लीज आंसर, व्हाट इज कंसाइनमेंट अकाउंट? कम ऑन फ्रेंड्स, व्हाट इज कंसाइनमेंट अकाउंट? व्हाट इज कंसाइनमेंट अकाउंट? What is consignment account? So you can answer consignment account is a nominal account. Why it is prepared? To determine the profit or loss result. To determine the profit or loss, it means result of a particular consignment. To determine the profit or loss or result of a particular consignment, it is prepared. What is consignment account? It is a nominal account. How it is prepared, we will discuss later on. Who prepares it? Who prepares it? Who prepares it? The answer is, who prepares it? The consignor. The consignor prepares consignment account. So before going through how consignment account is prepared, we must know what is consignment account. It is nominal account, and why it is prepared you can understand. To determine the profit or loss or result of a particular consignment. In order to determine the result of a particular consignment, the consignor prepares consignment account. Okay friends, so today we will discuss, today's topic is how it is prepared, and it is very easy. Friends who have joined just now, let me make you all clear that today's topic is consignment account preparation. How consignment account is prepared. Only we will discuss how consignment account is prepared, not more than that and not less than that. But what is consignment account? We must know. This is nominal account, and you know the feature of nominal account. What is nominal account? You can understand what is nominal account. The account which is related to income, expense, losses, gains are called nominal account. So consignment account is definitely a nominal account because it is related to profit or loss on a particular consignment. Friends, it is raining hard. Okay. कंसाइनर प्रियांशु जी कह रहे हैं कंसाइनर. शुभम कुमार गौरव, थैंक यू शुभम कुमार गौरव जी. 2.11K subscriber. Thank you. It's all about your love, affection and attachment towards your channel. This is not my channel, this is our channel. Okay, so very big thanks to all of you. Shumeda is saying it is a nominal account prepared for determining the profit or loss of a goods on a consignment. Swikriti Sinha, good morning. Okay. Subham Kumar Gaurav, it is a nominal account which is prepared to determine the profit and loss of goods sent on consignment. Very good, Subham. Well done. Fine. Very fine. Very nice. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. So now we will start. You all have understood who prepares. The consignor prepares consignment account. Why prepared? Why it is prepared? To determine profit or loss, or you can say the result of a particular consignment, and how it is prepared we will discuss. Okay. Before going through, friends, the preparation of consignment account, first of all we will take an imaginary example. Okay, and with the help of that imaginary example we will also prepare consignment account, and its preparation methodology will be discussed. Okay, so first of all let's have some example here. X sends goods to Y, rupees 1 lakh. Expenses incurred by X, rupees 5,000. goods received by Y and expense paid by Y rupees 2,500. Total goods are sold for rupees 1,50,000. Points should be noted. Friends, what I want to say you all, just listen to me. While you are tackling examination, you are sitting in the examination hall, okay, and MCQ questions will be asked. And such types of questions are given in MCQs also. As far as consignment is concerned, you will have to find out the profit or loss on a particular consignment without preparing consignment account. Okay. Consignment account is not needed to be opened, but the entire concept of consignment account must be in your mind at that time. And I'm taking very simple question and I will expand it later on. Okay. So first, I'm making you all understand what is consignment account all about. It's very simple, very easy, and very less time consuming. But the need is that properly you will have to read the question carefully. First of all, carefully read the question and put the items in appropriate side, like debit side and credit side. Which item will be put in the debit side of consignment account and which are put in the credit side of the consignment account, you will have to keep in your mind all the time. And if you are keeping all these things in your mind, definitely you will answer quite correctly. Okay, so here is the example. X sent goods to Y rupees 1 lakh and expenses incurred by X rupees 5,000, goods received by Y and expenses paid by Y rupees 2,500. Commission to Y at the rate of 5% on sales. How profit will be determined in this case? Suppose you are X and you have sent goods to Y costing rupees 1 lakh. Expenses incurred by you are X, rupees 5,000 on dispatching the goods. You have incurred rupees 5,000. Goods received by Y and expenses paid by Y rupees 2,500. Y has received the goods and paid rupees 2,500. This expense has been paid by Y on behalf of X. Total goods are sold for rupees 1,50,000, commission to Y 5% on sales. Now, as it has been mentioned, total goods are sold. There was no closing stock. One can say there was no closing stock because in your question it has been given that total goods are sold. So there was no question of normal loss, abnormal loss, goods in transit, etc., and closing stock even. There was nothing. Okay. But the entire goods which has been dispatched by X has been sold by Y for rupees 1,50,000 and Y becomes entitled to have a commission of 5% on total sales. Okay. Expenses incurred by Y rupees 2,500. Required. What is required? It is the assumption which we will take because total goods has been sold. So there was no closing stock. Required. What is required here? Requirement. What is the requirement? The requirement is find out profit. And whenever profit is desired, if you have to calculate the profit on a particular consignment, you will have to prepare consignment account. And just see how consignment account is prepared in this question. Later on, afterwards, we will move towards the next or detailed segment of preparation of consignment account. Consignment account. We don't know how to prepare consignment account, but we know that we have sent goods costing rupees 1 lakh to goods sent on consignment 1 lakh rupees. Okay friends, by Mr. Y 1,50,000 to cash. You have paid rupees 5,000 as expense, so your cost would have been 1,05,000. Now the consignee has expended rupees 2,500. Mr. Y 2,500 to Mr. Y. This is the amount of expense and this is the amount of commission, 7,500. And just focus here. Just focus here. This is the sales, which is total. Sales in total we have to write here. 1,50,000 the amount of the total sales. And the cost of goods which has been sent, rupees 1 lakh. And 5,000 is the expense which has been incurred by the consignor, and rupees 2,500 is the expense incurred by the consignee. Both are the expenses and will be debited to consignment account, and the goods which has been dispatched by the consignor is also the cost of the consignment, so it will also be debited to consignment. So just right now you have to understand the basic three things. First thing is that the total cost of goods which has been dispatched by the consignor will be debited to consignment account, first thing, and all the expenses which has been incurred by both the consignor and consignee will be debited to consignment account. In any case, these two expenses incurred by two persons, the consignor and the consignee, must be debited to consignment account. Okay friends, so these 2 points are very easy and very formal. Very easy, very formal, that we must know the exact cost of goods which has been dispatched to the consignment. The consignor sent the goods to consignee. The cost of such goods will be debited to consignment, and the expenses incurred by the consignor and the expenses incurred by the consignee will be debited. And again, the third point is the commission which will be reimbursed to consignee will also be debited to consignment, because this is also the expense of consignment. Okay, and this is the income. So income is always credit, sales is the income, and expense is debit. The basic funda you know about any nominal account: expenses are debited and income are credited. So income is sales, and expenses is cost of goods which has been dispatched. Okay friends, so what is the amount of profit? 1,15,000 minus 1,50,000, the difference is 35,000, and that 35,000 is the profit which will be transferred to profit and loss account. This amount of profit will be transferred to profit and loss account. Okay friends, I think it is clear to you. Here no closing stock was, and nothing was given as far as the abnormal loss or goods in transit is concerned. Right now we will discuss how the entire consignment account, taking all the information, how will you incorporate the consignment account, we will discuss. Just we have discussed how it is prepared in a basic, by taking a basic example, a simple example. It is prepared in order to find out that result. Who prepares it? In the books of consignor, consignment account is prepared. Consignment account is a nominal account. It is a nominal account, so expenses will be debited and income will be credited. This is the basic. Now we will discuss taking all the contents, all the matters which are taken to consignment account and which items are not taken to consignment account, we will discuss right now. Okay friends. Consignment account. In its debit side, to goods sent on consignment account. Okay. to cash or bank account consignor's expense. Consignee's account expense and his commission, both in the credit side by consignee's account total sales by unsold stock, if any, by goods in transit, if any, abnormal loss account, all will be credited. First, understand all these points, then we will move towards the next segment. Okay, friends, let's see the varieties of comments. दीपक गुड सेंट क्यों डेबिट किया सर, उसके लिए एक्सपेंस कैसे हुआ, परचेज कर सकते हैं डेबिट? दीपक जी नहीं कर सकते हैं परचेज डेबिट। आपने गुड्स खरीदा होगा तो आप परचेज डेबिट टू कैश या बैंक किया होगा आपने। ओके, whenever you purchase goods you pass entry for that purchases account debit, not for sending the goods for consignment. Whenever you purchases goods, even though for sending the goods on a particular consignment you pass entry purchases account debit to cash, bank or creditor, and when such goods are sent on a particular consignment, consignment to ... account is debited, because it indicates that goods is being sent on a particular consignment and it becomes the cost of that particular consignment or expense of that particular consignment. That is why it is written here consignment to ... account. It is written here consignment to ... account, to keep in memory. Okay, you might have so many consignees, not a single consignee. If you are a principal, you can dispatch goods to several consignees. So for the sake of your memory, where that goods is being sent, so consignment to ... account is prepared. And if you are sending goods to Delhi, your agent is in Delhi and you are sending that goods to Delhi, what entry will you pass? Consignment to Delhi account. If you are sending goods to Kolkata, consignment to Kolkata account you will open. And if that goods is being sent, total purchases, out of total purchases you have dispatched goods to several consignees, Delhi, Kolkata, Chennai, Mumbai, whatever it may be. Okay, so entry will be passed consignment to ... account debit to goods sent on consignment account. That is why here goods sent on consignment is written, Mr. Deepak. Have you got it, Mr. Deepak Srivastava? गुड सेंट क्यों डेबिट किया सर, उसके लिए एक्सपेंस कैसे हुआ, परचेज कर सकते हैं डेबिट? नो डियर, एंड आई हैव आंसर्ड आई थिंक. ओके, थैंक यू. थैंक यू फ्रेंड्स. So goods sent on consignment will be debited, goods sent on consignment account will be debited. Why it is debited, not purchases? Deepak has asked such question and I have clarified that goods sent on consignment will be debited and why it will be debited to consignment to ... account. Okay, the entry is passed. for every dispatch of goods on a particular consignment, consignment to ... account debit to goods sent on consignment account, not purchases account. Because when we purchase goods, then we pass entry purchases account debit to cash, bank or creditor. And when we dispatch goods on a particular consignment, we pass entry that consignment to ... account debit to goods sent on consignment account. I hope it is clear. Thank you, Deepak. Thank you. Okay, thank you. It means you are listening. Next point is, once again, I have not written here sales. You may also ask question here for total sales. You should credit sales account because it is not ordinary sale. That sale has been affected by your agent. Okay. And whenever you have dispatched goods, you have debited consignment account. And whenever you have got the account sale from the consignee, that report which has been sent or reimbursed or dispatched by your agent, that how much goods has been sold for what amount, that total sales will be credited to consignment to ... account. The entry will be passed. Consignee or agent will be debtor now in the books of consignor. And what entry will you pass for the second total sales? For dispatch of goods, you have understood that why goods sent on consignment account has been written here and why here consignee is written. The reason is that whenever the consignee reports that he has sold the goods with total sales, with the amount of total sale, what entry is passed, consignee will be debited by consignor. Consignee account will be debited and consignment to ... account will be credited. I hope you might have understood. So friends, is it clear to you both these 2 points? First point is, the very first point is for dispatch of goods, and the second point is for total sale of goods. And again, this second point is consignor's expense. What entry will be passed? What entry will you pass? Consignment to ... account debit to cash or bank account. It's very simple. The third point is, and whenever the consignee incurs any expense or he becomes entitled to have any sort of commission, okay, any sort of commission, or you can say total commission, which will be calculated, okay, as per the terms or as per the agreement, the total sales amount will be calculated, and with the help of information supplied in your question, you will have to calculate his commission and you will have to trace the total expenses incurred by the consignor. Hanji, yes sir, clear hai? Okay sir. Thank you friends. So for incurring expense, consignor will pass entry consignment account debit or consignment to ... account debit to cash or bank account, and for consignee's expense, consignor will pass what entry? The consignor will pass consignment to ... account debit to cash or bank account. No, galat, wrong. Consignment to ... account debit to consignee account when the expenses is incurred by the agent. Okay, the consignor will pass entry. What entry will be passed by the consignor? Consignment to ... account debit to consignee account, and for his own expense, consignment to ... account debit to cash or bank account. The difference is that here cash or bank account will be credited by consignor for incurring his own expense, and here consignee's account will be credited. Okay, but whenever the consignee reports total sale, whatever may be the amount, okay, whether it is cash sales or credit sale, with total sale, what entry will you pass? Consignee account debit to consignment to ... account. That is why it is written in the credit side. And as far as unsold stock is concerned, what entry will you pass? Unsold stock account debit, yeah, consignment to stock account debit to consignment to ... account, because this is the part you have debited total amount of goods dispatched and the unsold stock which remain, it is not sold, so it must be credited. And again, goods in transit will also be credited. Again, abnormal loss account will also be credited. So points should be noted here friends. Without taking into consideration all these three items I am talking about, unsold stock, goods in transit, and abnormal loss, we cannot proceed and we cannot find out the true and fair profit on a particular consignment. We will have to value unsold stock, goods in transit, abnormal loss. These 3 points are very significant and important while you are going to prepare consignment account. Without calculating or without valuing unsold stock, you cannot find out true profit on a particular consignment. And as in the same manner, you will have to find out the value of goods in transit, if any, and abnormal loss, if any, during transit or after reaching at the destination. If any goods lost abnormally, then it will be valued. Whatever amount it realized, it doesn't matter, but the matter is that what is the amount of abnormal loss, because this is the part of total goods dispatched. You can understand, you have debited here total amount which has been sent by you. Total cost of goods which you have sent on a particular consignment is debited here, and if any amount which remain unsold, it must be credited, and any goods which is still in transit, it must also be credited, and any abnormal loss amount will also be credited. Then you will be able to find out the profit on a particular consignment. Now the question arises regarding this abnormal loss. Abnormal loss account will also be opened in the books of consignor. Okay. And that abnormal loss account will be debited and consignment to ... account will be credited. And if any amount is realized from the insurance company or whatever, will be credited. So just watch how such abnormal loss account is prepared. I would erase it. Okay. Abnormal loss account. In the debit side, to suppose abnormal loss valued 5,000 rupees, consignment account, $5,000, and amount realized by bank 4,000. This is the 1,000 loss, and that 1,000 loss will be debited to profit and loss account. It's very simple and easy, my dear friends. Just try to understand it. What I have said, total cost of abnormal loss will be credited to consignment account, and that same would be debited to abnormal loss account. Okay. Are you all watching or not? I was चिरंजीवी, सॉरी सर आज लेट हो गया, वाईफाई गया आज, बफरिंग ऑन मोबाइल नेटवर्क. नो प्रॉब्लम माय डियर. कंसाइनमेंट अकाउंट डेबिट टू कंसाइनी अवनय कुमार वर्मा, प्रियांशु मिश्रा. कंसाइनमेंट अकाउंट डेबिट टू कंसाइनी नवनीत, आयुषी, रिचा, खुशी, शालिनी, दीपक श्रीवास्तव. कंसाइनर प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस में सेल के लिए जो एंट्री होता है वही एंट्री करेगा. आई एम नॉट एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड राइट नाउ. दीपक. राहुल शर्मा, यस सर. सिमरन पोद्दार, यस सर. Congratulations for 2.11k subscriber. Karan Kumar, yes sir. So thank you. I think Deepak, it is clear to you, as I know. Reason is that suppose you have dispatched goods to your agent who is in Delhi, okay, and he has reported that he has sold the goods for rupees 10 lakh. What entry will you pass? Now you will consider your consignee or your agent as debtor, and you will debit your agent's account in your book, and consignment to ... account would be credited. But now your question is that what entry will be passed by the agent for sale of goods? Will he pass cash account debit to sales? No dear, never, because it is not his sales. Okay. So what entry will he pass? Your question is that. And it's a very nice question. So for sale, he will pass entry cash account debit if the goods is being sold by the agent. You are asking the question regarding entry in the books of agent. What entry will be passed by the agent or consignee when he effects sales? And you know that sales can be affected in two ways. Number one, cash, or number two, credit. Either of the two can be opted, and if the goods is sold for cash account will be debited and consignor account will be credited, because he will have to pay that amount to the consignor and he cannot consider his income. The entire sale proceed is not the income of the agent, so he cannot credit sales account in his own books. He will have to credit the consignor, cash account debit, bank account debit to consignor. And if you ask that, sir, okay, I have understood. Now tell me, what entry will he pass when he in fact credits sell? So consignment debtor account will be debited and consignor account will also be credited. Okay. So debtor account would be debited and consignor account would be credited. Principal account will be credited by the principal. My dear friends, I hope you all would have understood. Deepak ji keh rahe hain, sir, can you explain by taking example with preparation of profit and loss account and all account of consignment? Yeah, Deepak, it's very easy, but step by step we will have to understand the significance and the entries which are passed in the books of consignor first. The entries which are passed by the consignor I am discussing with the help of an example as well. Okay, and as far as profit and loss account is concerned, it's very simple and easy. Profit and loss account is usually prepared as you have prepared in class 11th, not more than that. So I am talking about abnormal loss account. Abnormal loss, total cost of abnormal loss is 5,000 and insurance company paid 4,000 rupees or whatever. It has been sold for rupees 4,000. The damaged goods was sold for rupees 4,000. Okay. So we will credit here 1,000 and that 1,000 will be debited to profit and loss account. Okay. And in profit and loss account, if there is profit, suppose I have raised it and not more than all these entries, there are nothing. Here you will find profit and here you will find loss. If there is debit balance, this is loss, and if there is credit balance, it is profit. And that profit will be carried forwarded to profit and loss account at the end of the financial period. And if there is loss debit balance, it will be debited to profit and loss account. Okay, friends? So let me see. Good morning, Shashi. Okay, my dear friends. Yeah. Just I am watching, Priyansu. Just I am watching your comments. Okay. So first, second, third, fourth, unsold stock fifth, unsold stock fifth, goods in transit sixth, abnormal loss seventh. Now I would ask, and you will have to answer. I have discussed about the 7 points. First, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. First, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. And you have to answer. And I have to ask question. First of all, two goods sent on consignment. For which transaction it has been written here to goods sent on consignment? What for? Why it has been written here? What is the transaction here? Tell me in the inbox. Okay, friends. Goods sent on consignment account is written here. Why? What was the transaction? I am not asking about the entry. I am asking about the transaction. What was the transaction? Tell me, friends. And I am watching. Tell me. Let me see. For sending goods, Riya Kumari said, for sending goods on consignment, sending goods to consignor, nahi. No ji. For sending goods to agent. Yes, Priyansu, you are correct. Sukriti. When consignor send goods to consignee. Deepak, because goods are sent to agent. Very good, Deepak. Very good, Sukriti. Very good, Priyansu. Very good, Ayushi. Very good. Number 2 bataiye. Tell me the number 2. Consignee's account is written here. And answer is also written. Navneet ji, correct. Consignee's account is written. Consignee's account is written in the credit side. What for? What for? Salini, Navneet, Richa, you all are correct. You all are correct, my dear friends. Consignee's account. You all are correct, beta. Saurabh, Dayal, consigner send goods to consignee for. Very good, Saurabh. Beta, बताइए second. Tell me the second transaction. Consignee's account is written there in the credit side. Why it has been written consignee's account? Deepak Srivastava, because the agent sold the goods at and he becomes debtor for the principal. Absolutely correct, Deepak. Absolutely correct. You have given the correct explanation of that entry or that posting in the consignment account. Priyanshu ji, it is the total sales. Bilkul sahi Priyanshu. Shimran, it is the total sale done by the consignee in behalf nahi, on behalf hota beta, on behalf of the goods which is okay. Saurabh Dayal, goods sold by agent. Very good, Saurabh. Sumedha, for goods sold by consignee. Okay, third entry. थर्ड एंट्री तो जो होगी सो होगी, पोस्टिंग की गई है, थर्ड लिखा है कैश और बैंक अकाउंट, कंसाइनर एक्सपेंस ब्रैकेट में लिख ही दिया मैंने, लिखा है बेटे। जो लोग आप लोग फर्स्ट टाइम कर रहे हो, हु आर डूइंग फर्स्ट टाइम कंसाइनर, कंसाइनी, कंसाइनमेंट, दीज टर्म्स आर वेरी वेरी अनकॉमन. Okay, because the agent sold goods. Okay, third transaction का, tell me the third transaction. Expenses incurred by consignor. Correct. You are correct, Ria. You are correct, Ria. Well done. Fourth, it is the expense made by consignor. Okay. Fourth, consignee's account has been debited. It's okay. Fourth, expenses incurred by consignor. It is third. Fourth, tell me the fourth. Tell me the fourth. Tell me the fourth. Okay. So very very good, friends, you all have understood. Now I would have to do the further. The next question is my question is we will ask about 5th, 6th, 7th later on, but I have a question and you have to give answer. If any unsold stock, what entry is passed? What entry is passed by consignor? Now tell me the answer. Now tell me the answer. If you are knowing, my question has been written on the board. Buffering. If any unsold stock is taken by the agent, or if any goods is lost due to agent's fault, what entry is passed by consignor? What entry is passed by the consignor? No entry. Someone is saying no, so many are saying no entry. If unsold stock is taken by the agent, or if any goods is lost due to agent's fault, what entry is passed by consignor? Sukriti Sinha, sir, please write the question on right side of the board, because when comments are sent, we are unable to see the question. You are absolutely correct, beta. Okay, I would take it. in my consideration later on. I will consider it. Okay, I will consider it from the next time. But I am repeating, just listen my words. If any stock is taken by the agent, or if any goods is lost due to the agent's fault, what entry is passed in the books of consignor? Sumedha is saying consignment debit to consignment. No, consignee debit to consignment. Yes, sir. Lakme, yes, sir. If any unsold stock is taken by the agent, only one has answered so far, and so many has said that no entry will be passed by the consignor. Where you are, friends? What are you doing? Please answer. No one is answering. So only Sumedha. Sumedha, you are right. Consignee debit to consignment. Abhinay Kumar Verma is still live and alive as well. Very good, Abhinay. Priyanshu Misra is also saying, Sukriti Sinha is saying consignor debit to consignee. No, perhaps nahi. Wrong, Sukriti. The reverse entry will be passed. Consignee will be debited to consignment account. Consignee debit to consignment account. Consignment account will be credited. Okay. Simran, Richa, consignee debit to consignment. Correct hai, Richa. Simran Poddar, consignee debit to consignment. Simran, you are also correct. Khushi, you all are correct. So we have taken 7 and 2 further. Okay, so now the major transactions which will take place in consignment. Now I have to make you clear one thing more. Loading concept. The concept of loading. Consignment account. Just we have discussed 2 goods sent on consignment account is debited here, but this is at IP. Okay, and now by unsold stock account, it is also written at IP. Invoice price. What is the invoice price? Suppose cost rupees 1 lakh and 20% added, and here you have written 1,20,000. Why it is done? To hide the actual cost of goods which has been dispatched by the consignor to his agent or the consignee. Okay, so consignor makes an invoice price. Okay, and he knows the actual cost. The consignor knows the actual cost, and what is the invoice price? Rupees 1,20,000. And if we have written 1,20,000, we must reverse this rupees 20,000 to consignment account. This is the loading. It is called loading. Okay. And if unsold stock has been valued rupees 15,000, suppose, or for better understanding, take it 12,500. Consignor's expense is also added in it, and the loading is 2,000. That 2,000 will be reversed here. this is loading of unsold stock, and this is the loading of goods sent. Loading should not be misunderstood with the word carriage, transportation, loading, unloading. This is not this loading. This loading is the difference between the cost price and invoice price. This is the difference between the cost price and invoice price. The cost price of unsold stock is 10,000. Okay, 500 is non-recurring expense. Consignor's expense to bank 5,000. Okay. On 1 lakh, 5,000 expense has been incurred by the consignor, and unsold stock is rupees of 10,000, cost rupees 10,000, and consignor's expense 10% would be added, so it becomes 12,500. 10%. Unsold stock 10%. So total invoice price of goods dispatched 1,20,000. Unsold stock is 10%. So 10% would be 1,20,000, 10% would be 12,000, and this 5,000 which has been incurred by the consignor for dispatching the goods, its 10% would be 500. So the value of unsold stock at invoice price becomes 12,500. But here 2,000 is again the difference between the cost and invoice. So this will also be reversed in the debit side. The loading of unsold stock will be debited to consignment, and the loading of goods sent on consignment would be credited. What will you write here for such loading? Okay, what will you write here? You will have to write here goods sent on consignment account, and here you will have to write the stock reserve account. For loading of unsold stock, closing stock is written in the credit side of consignment account and its loading is debited to consignment account. And if goods sent on consignment is debited, its loading is credited to consignment account. What is loading here? The loading is the difference between the cost price and invoice price. Okay. Priyanshu is asking why it is necessary to hide the actual cost of the goods sent by the consignor. It is not essential. But if you want to hide what you are earning, okay, what you are earning, if you want to hide the earning from your agent, you don't want to disclose your earning to your agent, so you can do the same. Okay. So the entry, what should be the entry? You all might have understood the entries. So friend, today I have discussed at least 9 points. 7 just before now and 2 is here, and let me conclude all these 9 items and entries regarding it. First, transactions, entry in the books of consignor, consignee. Okay, first transaction for goods sent, second for expenses incurred by consignor. Third point, for agent's expense. Fourth point, for agent's commission. Fifth point, for total sales. Sixth point, for unsold stock. Seventh, for abnormal loss of stock. Eighth point, for goods in transit. Ninth, for goods lost in transit. 10th point, for stock taken by agent. For stock for loss of stock by agent, by agent's fault. 12 point, for loading of goods sent. 13 point, for loading of closing stock. 14th, for profit. 15th, for loss. Friends, watch it. Top to bottom you have to go, okay? And please don't write comment unless until I ask anything. And if you are saying something, just listen properly, okay? Then you will write any comment, okay? Priyanshu, I think loading should be continued for further classes, that is tomorrow, because it is such a topic which will take some time to be. Yeah. I will discuss about it, but today I am just asking about, and just we are discussing about the entries, and today we have discussed 15 transactions and not about the loading concept, okay? The loading concept will take time and you will have to understand it quite minutely, so just listen and watch it on the top. Transactions, entries in the books of consignor and consignee. This is your homework, and entries you will have to pass. I am not going to pass entries in the books of consignor and consignee, okay? And tomorrow we will discuss right from here. So let me conclude, my dear. First, for goods sent, what entry will be passed in the books of consignor? You have to write in the column consignor. And what entry will be passed in the books of consignee? So for your kind information, I will say that consignee will not pass any entry regarding this goods sent. For expenses incurred by consignor, consignor will pass, consignee will not pass any entry. For agent expense, both will pass entry. For agent commission, both will pass entry. For total sales, both will pass entry. 6 number, for unsold stock, only consignor will pass entry. For abnormal loss of stock, only consignor will pass entry. For goods in transit, only consignor will pass entry. I am moving towards 8th point. Student, just listen to me carefully. So many students have left this live streaming and someone are still with me. So please listen to me carefully, friends. 8th, I have moved. For goods in transit, only consignor will pass entry. For goods lost in transit, only consignor will pass. For stock taken by agent, both will pass. For loss of a stock by agent's fault, both will pass. For loading of goods sent, consignor will pass only. For loading of closing stock, only consignor will pass entry. For profit, only consignor will pass entry. And for loss, only consignor will pass entry. So, okay friends, Tomorrow we will discuss right from here. Okay. And today your dissolution topic will be started at 5 p.m. So thank you very much. Bye-bye. Take care. Be happy. Be safe.